The cannons of the pirate ship ready to fire in the north end zone. We can only be one place. Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa, the home of the Buccaneers. On the return is Sean Tucker. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Here's Baker to begin with a pass. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. And that will lead to a second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
It is a big play for the Buccaneers. It's a gain of 34.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Quickly to the outside and complete.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They send Godwin in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. That is taken in by the veteran, Mike Evans. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They run with the Oregon man. It's Bucky Irving. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Right back to Irving. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. They send Evans in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. He pulls it in around the 5.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Here it is on 4th down. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Buccaneers. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Here's a handoff to Barkley. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Second and 11. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught. It's the tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
The Buccaneers offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Here comes Otten in motion. They go play action with Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. We are through 1. The Bucs have the early lead. We'll have more from Tampa after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll send a tight end in motion. Baker gonna give it to Irving. And he's gonna be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
A second down throw for Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. That one complete. It's the tight end, Otten. He is in. Cade Otten. Touchdown, Tampa. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. Hurts going to keep it on the option. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's going to air this one out looking for Dotson. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll run the toss to Barkley. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Hurts going to hold on to this one. And he will take it in himself. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. The ability for the quarterback to run with it. Greg, great choice there as he gets in the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, what makes the zone read so effective down near the goal line is it forces the defense to account for an extra player. In this case, it's the quarterback. And when he sees that end crash, he pulls it, and he's able to take it in himself.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll motion a tight end right. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A give. This is Irving. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Third and 9. They send Evans in motion. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. And this throw batted away and incomplete. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And it's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18. Baker to throw. Get this complete right side to Otten. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the 1st down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
That one, taken in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. It's up and through. And the Bucs will take a 21-7 lead. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Hurts to throw. That's to the right side. Caught by Goddard. And he will have the 1st down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Inside the 10, it is caught. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense going to take over just before the half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 1st half of play. So we're at halftime here in Tampa, and the Buccaneers are in the lead as we toss it an hour or so east to Orlando. And Jonathan Coachman standing by for the EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. In trouble, and down he goes.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. Here's a 3rd and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Buccaneers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion right. On 1st down is Mayfield. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver Godwin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he's going to have that 1st down. Tackle made up around the 35.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Irvin. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll send a tight end in motion right. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. To the middle of the field, he's got Evans. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
That's caught left side by Otten. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Ah, strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
On the handoff, it's Irving. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Baker gonna hand it to White. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's gonna set up third down. Slot receiver, headed right. From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On second down, Baker to the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
Over the top, he's got it. Chris Godwin, touchdown Buccaneers. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. A return now from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He runs with it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
He's got his tight end, Goddard, working the middle of the field. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the fourth quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's first and goal.
A short game, down to the 7. Second and goal. They'll send a tight end in motion. One more time, they try Barkley. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. They're in 4-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's third and goal. To the goal line and in. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Next to score, Buccaneers 28, Eagles 17.
Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's Irving. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's Irving. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock? by keeping the ball on the ground.
On third down, it's Irving. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. And it's fourth down, so here comes Riley Dixon to punt. Cooper to Gene, deep to return. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. 13 yards on that pass play. Good for an Eagles first down.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. One timeout at their disposal, but the more pressing need, you have to score twice. It's first and 10. Again, Hurts. Looking right side. He's got a receiver. It's Smith. Now, second and inches. To the air again. Hurts. Pressure gets there. And down he goes. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. They'll stop it. Just over 40 seconds to go in this one.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
On third down, it's Hurts. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goddard. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
They'll try again here. It's second and 10. To throw is Hurts. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
Here we go. One final play. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. So a win here for the Buccaneers. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all three phases of the game. Ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers get the win, as we say so long from Tampa.